Well, I have so many questions about it because your teammates, everyone I ask, is just shocked. But they all say one thing. They say, well, yeah, that's just Jalen being creative on the football field. How are you creative on the football field?
You know, I get creative sometimes, and I also copy what I see online. And at that moment, that was one thing I had seen online way back in. And, you know, it just came up in my head. I knew they was going to spike the ball, and I was already set, just waiting for the snap. And then I jumped and tried to get it, but I didn't get it.
Do you remember how long ago you saw the YouTube video?
I can't remember how long ago. It had to be like college or just now getting into college, probably my freshman year of college. Like, that's when I seen it. And then it just clicked in my head. That video replayed in my head, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna attempt it right now.
Oh, that would have been the coolest thing ever. And do you think now more players are going to try to do that in the NFL because you did?
It's going viral right now, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people might try, and a lot of offenses might adjust to it with their, snapping the ball and where they're going to spike it at and stuff like that. So I know it's going to get looked at now, and I might not be able to do it again, but it's a fun experience. I'll try to get it.
Yeah, and the vets in this locker room were telling me it just speaks to your confidence on the field, that you have the courage to try something out like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm very confident on the field because of the guys I have on the side of me, and I know what they can do, and they know what I can do, and we just out there balling together.
Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about midway through this season? How are you feeling you have progressed this year?
I feel like I progressed a lot. Man. A lot of mentors on the team just lead me the right way, and it just guided me the whole way through. None of this is all me. I'm thankful for all these guys who's here just talking to me, helping me throughout everything.
And this is a bit of a quarterback gauntlet, if you want to call it. You have Dak, you have Pat Mahomes, now you have Josh Allen this week. How are you preparing for so different of quarterbacks?
All quarterbacks are different. They're all talented. They all got special abilities, but it's just another game this weekend, another chance for us to get a dub.
And this Buffalo Bills team, a little weird this year. You see their record, but do you look at it and say, no, they're the Buffalo Bills for a reason?
No, they're the Buffalo Bills for a reason. Every team comes out every week try to get a dub on their on their win or loss. And, it's just going to be another hard-fought game, and we got to win together.
Just being able to play with a guy at his caliber, get to learn from him, every day. As soon as he walked in the meeting room, he demanded communication from everybody. And that's one big thing that we needed in our room. And, having him back there, having the knowledge he has, makes everything go a lot, more smooth in the back end.
How did he demand it?
Just like legit demand, like give me a nickel call, give me like he's demonstrative of that. That's what you need.
You had a bunch of tackles in this game that, you didn't really have like a highlight reel play necessarily, but you had a bunch of tackles on good Chiefs offensive plays that didn't become great plays. Mm-hmm. And Sean Desai referred to those as, to him, they are highlight reel plays. So I guess, I don't know, my question will be here, but like what kind of pride do you take in those kinds of plays?
That's what football's all about. Just get the guy down regardless. You're, especially the safety come out of the post, you're the last guy to defend, so you got to be honed in on your technique and your fundamentals. And, it's just a mindset. When you have the chance to knock somebody at, give them a good tackle and do it. It's football. That's the only thing that's legal in between the lines. To hit somebody for fun. So
is that why you're the guy all the way back on the kneel downs?
I guess I would think so. I'm pretty sure, but no, it's cool being back there. I want to do a backflip, but can't do it.
Can't do one?
I can't do it.
It looked like you were trying.
Yeah, I was just doing that just to be funny.
How would you describe the mentality of this team?
Our team? We find a way to win, every week. That says a lot. Yeah, hasn't been clean here and there, but at the end of the day, we're a bunch of guys that love to play the game. We're going to find a way to win. We're a scrappy bunch, and like I said, we just love to play.
Do you have any view of Jalen Carter's attempt to pick off that spike?
I saw it on Twitter. That was crazy.
Yeah.
What he did. I wish he would have caught it, man. That would have been probably one of the best plays, in the year. That was really cool.
You guys have been behind at the half several times. You're down 10 at Arrowhead this past week, but you guys find ways to come back as well. So what is it about this team? I know you've been part of many teams. What is it about this team that makes them so resilient?
We go in, we adjust at halftime, and we're all ears when we go to halftime. Desai does a great job doing that. At the end of the day, we know we have each other's back. We know in the first half of a lot of these games, especially this past week, it was going to be tough. They came out, they scored 17 on us pretty quick, but at the end of the day, you just got to put the ball down and go to work again.
What happens at halftime? Is it players? Is it the coaches?
It's both. Yeah, it's both. That's what makes this team go. Players listen to coaches, coaches listen to players. So it's never a one-sided deal. So that's what is really special about this team.
I know you're still young in this league, but it's around even college. And is it a little unique in a sense that it's like that?
Yeah, obviously in college, it's more of the coach's side, but and then you have some players here and there that are able to speak up. But yeah, it's very unique. It's really cool to have an organization like this.
Right, last summer, you and Joshua spent a lot of time on special teams together. Obviously, Kadarius Toney and the Super Bowl, he had that big return. He had a couple big returns on Monday, but when you guys really needed one at the end of the game, Joshua hit him deep. Just kind of what was the reaction to that play, and
Josh is a great player on special teams, great player on defense. Just everybody knows that he can make plays like that. It wasn't anything surprising, and we have a lot of guys on our team like that. And, just for him to be able to do that, it brings me joy. It was a huge play. We needed it. It was a big momentum, push for us. So I'm happy for him. I'm glad he got his job done.
What's it like being the youngest guy in the secondary with as much experience as this one has?
I try not to think about that. I try to play at a higher level than just a 2-year guy. I want to be. It's going to take a long time, but I'm a sponge. I want to learn as much as I can. And like you said, there's so much experience on our team, and I'm truly blessed to be able to play, beside them every chance I get. So.
How much does that show up on field?
Shows up a lot. We're communicating in between plays, and when it comes to the sideline, we're always communicating. So that's the big thing.
In the spirit of tomorrow, I just got to ask real quick what you're thankful for at this time of year. Yeah.
Just thankful for this opportunity. I wouldn't know where I would be without this. Just blessed and truly blessed to be here. It's tough. It's tough to be in this spot, in this position, but you just wake up every day, fresh air in your lungs, and ready to go. So,
What's your go-to thanks?
What's the elite Thanksgiving food?
Ooh.
That's the most important question you're gonna get all day.
You tried to bail on that.
Don't fail.
Have to say mac and cheese. Can I do a
Build a plate.
All right, build my plate. Here we go. So I got mac and cheese, ham over turkey. 100% ham over turkey. Sweet potato casserole. I'm gonna have to throw a roll in there somewhere. And then strawberry pretzel salad. Have you ever had that?
No.
It's a southern thing, I guess.
Sounds good.
Hey,
Does that count as a vegetable?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Dessert, whatever you want. But yeah, I didn't put any greens on there, did I?
I guess that's strawberry salad, but we can count that.
That shows a lot about my diet. Then. So,
Is that definitely your plate tomorrow?
yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it definitely is. Not strawberry pretzel salad. I don't guess you can get that here. But everything else, yeah, for sure.
I can't believe you went ham with the turkey. Come on. Ham's like
Come
the
on.
least favorite thing ever. I'm
Look,
sorry.
here's the thing. You have to have turkey. Yeah, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But ham is so superior over turkey. You agree? Well, I'm just by myself on this one.
Yeah, you're by yourself. That's all right.
I hate to go back to football now after that explanation. Bills this week, kind of a weird season for them, but do you look at this team since day they're still the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't look at a team any different. They're the next opponent on our schedule, and we're going to practice and we're going to prepare for them like any other team. So.
And you look at this kind of, I don't want to call it a gauntlet of quarterbacks, but you have Dak, you have Mahomes, and now Josh Allen, 3 in a row, pretty good.
Yeah, obviously they're really good quarterbacks, but at the end of the day, we're not worried about, down the line, we're worried about the Bills at this point. So we're excited, we're ready to face them, and we're ready to get this job done. So.
Thank you. We were just talking to Reed Blankenship, and he said you came here the first week and you demanded communication. What does that look like in a meeting room?
Just everybody talking through, the process of, whether we're going over during the day, whether if it's first, second down, third down, red zone, whatever it may be. Just being able to communicate the calls. I mean, I think the biggest thing about being in meetings, you want to be able to play the game. Eventually, obviously, we go through the week, and then towards the end, we kind of go through like a little mock game, whatever, you actually play the game. But it's always good beginning of the week. As we're seeing plays, we're seeing different tendencies that teams are doing. Let's talk about it in the meeting room. Because once you get into practice, you want to be able to do the same thing. And repetition is how you master things. And then especially for me, just coming and learning the defense. Like, I want to hear guys talking. I want to hear how guys are seeing routes, how guys are seeing things. And if you want to be an elite, a really good secondary, I think communication is always the biggest thing. And I think the more you communicate with guys, the more you get comfortable with each other. And sometimes you can start anticipating things a lot better as well.
So you didn't feel like it was more so that this was lacking here? It was more so, hey, this is going to help me out and speed up the process for me too.
Well, I wouldn't say it was lacking or anything like that, but I will say, especially with all the injuries that has been going on throughout this year, there wasn't a lot of, or there isn't going to be a lot of cohesiveness when you're talking about guys that haven't really played with each other. So I think then it has to be a premium on communication because, I think my first time playing here was the second game I played here was the first time that they had back-to-back secondary guys. So it's like, hey, we got to make sure we're communicating even more. It's a difference when I've been in years in Tennessee where we played with the same guys 3 or 4 years straight. So the communication sometimes can just be a point, a look, because you have that much, cohesiveness and that much chemistry with guys. But here, it's not like that. It's just a reality situation. So I think communication has to be on a premium.
That second half against Patrick Mahomes, how do you carry that forward into playing basically another superstar in Josh Allen this week?
Yeah, I mean, in this league, man, everything is week to week. The game plan is going to be different this week depending on the opponent. We know Josh Allen's one of the best quarterbacks in this league. He's going to be very similar to Patrick Mahomes in the way that he, extends plays. He's going to be able to scramble, use his legs, and obviously he has a big, strong arm. But I just think that, looking at the game from last week, just evaluating ourselves on the film, we know that, obviously there are things we can work on and things we can improve on, but if we can hold teams to that yardage and limiting those big plays and being able to be sticky on receivers and things like that, we can play with the best of them. We like our guys in our room. We feel like we have a lot of talent, so we just have to continue to play to that standard.
When you listen to the national narrative about this game this week, it's looking at the Bills' record and saying, no, it really isn't even a challenge for the Eagles. But I imagine you don't look at it that way.
No, that's ridiculous. Whatever the national sentiment is, this is a professional football league, and you can lose on any given Sunday, regardless of the team's record. These are grown men, playing for their jobs. So we're not taking any team for granted or taking any team lightly. This is an explosive offense, regardless of what their record is, regardless of what struggles they may have had. Like I said, Josh Allen's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and anytime he's out there, that offense and that team has a chance to win. So, and then also too, man, you're playing games in November, December. Every game you win, the next game is bigger than the previous one. So, this game means more to us. Obviously, I know the whole history behind the Eagles and the Chiefs, but this game right now is the most important game of the year because it's the next game, and we need to get another win at home. We got to defend our home turf.
Hey, Jordan, I just wanted to start with you guys have been behind at the half several times, but you always come back and win. Down 10 at Arrowhead, still able to win. This team, and I know we were part of good ones at Georgia, what makes this team so resilient? You guys don't seem to ever give up or panic.
It's just the mindset that we have going into each week. We know, it's football. Playing against great teams, especially in this stretch, it could go either way. It could be up 10, it could be down 10. It doesn't matter where we are. We just want to execute, be the best that we could be. And then whatever happens at the end, let the scoreboard dictate it.
What happens at halftime? We're obviously not seeing any of that, but you guys down 10 at Arrowhead like you were this past week. You come out, and eventually you just started tacking on some plays. You guys end up getting the lead. What goes on at halftime that gets you guys to right the ship?
It's just talking to each other. The coaches talk for a little bit, but it's really us talking amongst players, just telling each other that, hey, we got this. We've been here before. Obviously, we've been in a lot of stretches of games where we had to come back. It's just basically just offense and defense clicking together. We talk about it. We tell offense, hey, we got to pick it up, and we do it. We go pick it up. They pick it up, and that's just complimentary football. And it shows. It's not the prettiest wins, but a W is a W.
How tough is it going to be a short week to get back up to that emotional level against Buffalo?
We got a lot of stretches this week going with Thanksgiving. But at the end of the day, we still have a job to do. We're working. We're constantly in here working.
reviewing the film. We looked at Kansas City a little bit, but we're on to Buffalo, and we're just making sure that we get ready for Buffalo because they have a full week, but we're at a disadvantage, so we want to make sure our disadvantages become advantages.
And it's a weird season so far for Buffalo. The record isn't normally what it is, but do you still look at it as they're the Buffalo Bills for a reason?
Yeah, they're dangerous. Everything's dangerous. It could be any given Sunday. We don't matter who we play. We unfortunately lost to the Jets, so it's any given Sunday, as you can see. But at the end of the day, they're great players, great squad, great team. I know some of them personally. It's just an exciting game to go out there and just execute and see what we can do.
And Jalen Carter's near interception on that snap. Have you ever seen anything like that? And do you think players now are going to try that more now that he's tried?
Sure, I don't know, but if you see it happening more often, you know where it's coming from. But that's just Jalen, man. He sees stuff, he says he's going to do it, and he does it. So love that kid, but he's crazy.
Did you know he was going to try to do that?
I didn't. I never seen it. Like you have, I haven't seen it. I don't think anybody was anticipating it. It's just one of those things. It makes sense. If he would have caught it, that would have been one of the greatest interceptions of all time, in my opinion. But that's just Jalen, man. Jalen being Jalen.
And I guess the one knock on him in this pre-draft process was that he was showing up overweight, and that some people called him lazy. But a guy doing that is the opposite of lazy.
Beyond it, man. Pre-draft is pre-draft. We're just lucky to have him. Far from it. I know Jalen works hard at his craft. He's one of the toughest guys I know. So, just doing that, man. It's an IQ play, so you can't call him dumb for that. But it's just, man, like Jalen, man, he works hard like the rest of us. And whatever happened, I don't know where it came from, but I don't even want to get into that because we got him now, we got him here, we love him. He's in a great spot, he's in a great position. He's making plays. He's being the Jalen Carter that I know and I love.
Could you do that, like dive underneath somebody?
Not without hurting somebody, man. You would have seen like the center flip or something, but I'm a little bit wider than Jalen, but yeah.
Since tomorrow's Thanksgiving, what's your go-to Thanksgiving meal?
Shoot, it depends. It depends on whose house. It doesn't really matter. I really like deviled eggs, though. I'm a huge deviled eggs fan. And I know my aunt that's coming up here. She makes a killer deviled egg, so I'm waiting on that.
Nice. And on this Thanksgiving holiday, what are you most thankful for with this football team?
This football team, just the opportunity to play this game that we love. We've been playing this thing since kids, but it's always fun coming in here. It's fun coming into work. We call it work, but it's really like you're not working a day because you're just around a bunch of it's good guys in this house. It's like good guys in this organization, and it's sad. It's sad when they leave for whatever reason, but I'm just thankful that I get the opportunity to play and just to be around these guys, and that we're still playing. I mean, shoot, my life could have been in any trajectory. I could have stopped playing years ago, but I'm just glad that we have the opportunity to play the game that we love.
Thank you.
This little stretch you have here of going against these quarterbacks, you're good. Go for it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You got Dak Prescott, you got Pat Mahomes, and now you have Josh Allen. How are they similar? How are they different? It's really you have three really talented guys here at once.
They're all talented. I wouldn't say, they all have different attributes about themselves, what makes them great. They play to their strengths. They work hard at their weaknesses. And, just going against this stretch, man, it's amazing to play against them. If you really like football, if you really enjoy playing this game, this is the type of games that you look forward to, that you really anticipate playing. And, just the opportunity to see what we can do, see if we can stop them. Just execute, try our hardest to execute and play our game. That's just the biggest thing for us. Just making sure that we have that opportunity.
And you saw Patrick Mahomes escape the pocket a couple times on Monday. Josh Allen, kind of a different type of runner. What have you seen from him on tape, and what's the plan to stop him?
He's big. He's physical. He knows that, and he plays like that. Just like me, if I was playing quarterback, I would try to run everybody else. But he's a great player. He's smart. He's has wits about him. Can get the ball out when he needs to. He can throw and run. That's what makes him dangerous. He's not, he don't define himself to one mission. He's always dangerous. And I think, man, you have that ability to be mobile and, just be mobile and be dangerous in the arm. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to game plan. You have to make sure that you really stay on your P's and Q's for those type of players. And, they're good players, and we're great players too, and we're just trying to make sure that we do our best to keep everything in-house and make sure that he gets on the ground.
All right, so big week with Buffalo, coming off a huge week like this with two major games back-to-back. Would you plan it that way, having two milestones like this?
Last one.
No, I wouldn't necessarily plan it that way, but that's the way the NFL planned it, so I'm ready to take it on.
And you come off a game against Patrick Mahomes. Now you have Josh Allen. And this Bills team a little weird this year. Their record doesn't show it, but do you look at this team like, all right, they're still the Buffalo Bills?
Oh, definitely. I know they got a really strong defense. I actually played for McDermott my rookie year, and they got an elite offense. Elite quarterback, has a strong arm. They got elite playmakers on the outside, and the running back is also playing really well. So I mean, they have a good team all around.
And what did this win against the Chiefs show you about this team? Maybe something that you hadn't seen before.
I don't think it really showed us anything that we didn't know about us in general. I just know it was a good on-the-road victory against an elite team in the AFC, and I feel like it just gave us more confidence.
You say it gives you more confidence, but this way this team is winning right now, it's anxious-ridden. It's got fans on the edge of their seat. Do you ever wish for just like a blowout victory where you can keep calm, or is it working this way?
Well, you know what, this is the NFL, and every game is going to be a tough battle. I know last year was a little different. We had some blowout games, but that's not really how the NFL works. We're professional athletes on this side, and also whenever we face our opponent, they get paid to play as well. So it's going to always be a tough victory, and I guess it wouldn't be fun if we didn't have them at the edge of their seats.
And Jalen Carter's near interception on that spike. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I've never seen that, and that was pretty smart. I don't know where he got that from, but that was a smart move by him.
He said he just saw it on YouTube one day and wanted to try it out. For a rookie to do something like that in a game, does that say a lot about him?
Yeah, he has a lot of confidence in himself, and he's obviously a YouTube connoisseur. Because wherever you found that play, I've never seen that play before. Never seen anybody attempt that.
Do you think more people, now that he put that on tape, though, are going to try it out?
I don't think so. That's a pretty hard play to make. You could obviously try, but he had perfect timing. Really, the only thing happened is that he didn't catch the ball.
So everyone's talking about that play that Jalen almost made, that almost interception on the spike. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, ma'am, I definitely never seen anything like that. But just knowing Jalen and just how creative he is as a person, and also out there on the field, he just tries new things, and if he was able to come out with that type of play, that'd be crazy. So,
multiple people have said that he's creative. What do you mean by that on the field? How is he creative?
Man, simple things is thinking outside the box, just trying new things. Of course, with his pass rushes, the way he's rushing the quarterback, and also things like that, as you guys see him display.
Do you think now more people are going to try to do that he just put that on tape?
I would hope so. I mean, if somebody's actually able to effectively complete it, that could be a huge part of the game. So, yeah.
I guess the knock that we all heard on Jalen in this pre-draft process was that at times he didn't work hard enough. But then you see a guy do something like that, and it's like, how could anyone ever say that about him?
No, exactly. Me, of course, knowing Jalen for previous years, I feel like no matter what's said about him, of course, him just continuing to work hard and just continue to be himself is definitely something that's brought to light. So, I mean, anybody going through university like that, or when anybody's trying to put a type of image on you, the best thing that you can do is be the best version of yourself. And I feel like he's able to do that, and he's continuing to do that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.